What's up, suckers? I have a problem. This is all my yard sale stuff that I was going through. And there's some pots missing. There's some plants not where they should be. So that's what we're doing today, is fixing this, because that's my only window, and that's also their only window. That is an open door. They can go outside at any time. But no. My window for my plants is their desired location. So I get to now play clean. Hi. So now I get to play cleanup and hope that nothing actually died because of these guys. So, hey! Alright, this is what we have left. Absolutely no leaves, but there is some fresh growth, so I'm pretty sure the cats were chewing on that. And then this is that same plant just behind it, so I'm gonna try to, no. One of them's now rubbing all over, as in apology. This guy was doing well. Now he's not looking so hot. And I don't know where his head is. So I'm just gonna hope for the best, but I am not very optimistic for his poor health. Totally fine, untouched. This was the one that was sideways, so this is the one that's causing me to panic a little bit. This one's fine, wasn't touched. This one I found in the tray upside down. Also, like, overall it's fine. It's growing in such a way that I'm just letting him do what he wants. This has nothing to do with him laying down, but jokes. This guy, not so much. There is a hole. Stop rubbing on the stand. You're the one in trouble. Not so good. He's completely gone. So, rest in peace. Should have treated you better. But it happens. Alrighty. Quit! Yeah, one of the cats is rubbing all over the teeth. Yeah. Yeah. Love it. Alrighty. I'll back you up a little bit so you can actually see me. This guy's fine. I'm going to actually put him in a different pot. I thought it would be cute. Now it's starting to lean up against the pot. I don't really like that, so I'll fix that. This guy landed in another pot. Totally fine. So, funny. Totally fine. Actually exploding. He does need better soil. He's a wiggly guy, but totally fine. So, just need to clean him up a little bit. Don't know how this happened. I think the cats chewed on my cactus. This one was similar to that one, or it was one of the I don't. That's the problem. I don't remember. This guy and this guy are somehow now sharing a pot. So one is not in the soil and the other one is, so I'm gonna have to replant this guy. Figure out if this is dead or not. This has always been very flexible. Just need to double check. One jade has ultimately survived. This guy got tossed from his pot, so I need to repot him. A couple other jades that are still, this one in the middle one is fine. The one in the back one, pretty sure has keeled over. So also need to, like, it's got a lot of green growth, but it's got a lot of dead growth. So I need to kind of assess this situation as well. I do have a very big pot that I would like to repot. It's a giant skull pot, and then the cactus that's inside is similar to this one. Sorry, you're either looking at me or you're not. It's very similar to this one in shape, size, and texture. I just need to figure out. Sir! You're really making the filming progress very difficult. So I just need to figure out what I'm looking at. But that is what I'm going to be doing today. I've also cleaned out the tray, and I'm still finding plants stuck at the bottom, like this guy. Somehow totally fine. This is quite gushy, so I'm gonna remove what I can and just repot where I think it'll grow from. Nice thing about succulents. So yeah, fun. And I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with the actual, like, where these guys should go. Because it also, I was going to do repotting already. Howler. But it rained. So I decided I'll hold off, I'll do it later. And it is later, and I'm struggling. Do you want me to pick you up and show you to the fans, or should I just... Yeah, here we go. Ready? Ready for this absolute flop of a cat.
Mom, where does this go?
Alright. Let's get this started. I have a creeper bucket that it consists of 50% succulent soil, 50% my vegetable organic soil. And then I've got most of my beginner pots down here. So if it is small, I will make it small. If it is medium, I will go with medium. Ignore the labels. We don't label here, we're inclusive. Okay. Oh, also, I went to an event and I got this guy, brand new cactus. Don't even have to touch it. He's already done. Right in the front. You can see his little. At the end, I'll show you our success and failures. So just kind of taking inventory and figuring out what to not let the cats do next time. It's your fault. Like I said, this one's still okay. It was in direct sun. I do want to give it new soil though, because this is pretty dry. So tossing that. Oh, I mean, its roots look fine. Actually, they could fit in a thinner brimmed pot. So that's what I'll do. The succulent soil is nice and moist because I just bought it. So these guys are getting basically the missing nutrients from that. There we go. Fill you up to there, sir. Got another cat down here trying to figure out if they should get on the tray or... Okay. There we go. That is one. So, second one being added to the tray. Now being removed from the sunlight. Again, with this cactus over here, I'm gonna try to figure out how deep it is. I can still be poked through this waxy. So, just like that, I am just barely pinching it with my fingers. I will not be surprised if I accidentally drop it, though I am trying desperately not to. Okay. No, I don't want you resting on the sides still. That's the problem that we're having here, mate. Okay, only touching you with the waxy substance still makes me nervous. Always makes me nervous. These guys, their spines go so long. Sometimes they're deceiving. I also don't want to get the succulent itself all dirty. But here we are. Happy, healthy, and no eyeballs hot glued on top. I also love the beautiful little whirl at the top. So cute. Okay, now we're gonna go for this guy. Like that shape. What is happening here? He's leaning down, he's laying down, and then he's up, and then he's down, and then he's like, he's also got hot glued eyes on him. I wasn't able to remove, so unfortunately he is just going to have to live with that. Very dry. Sir, what happened? Just hold him. Using a sharper, blunter object. Whoa, I can feel one of the spines starting to move. Please don't. So gentle. I will rotate him myself instead of trying to rotate. Ah, it makes me so nervous. There we go. Break up these roots at the bottom. See what we can do. If I can either... Ah, yes, much better. Okay. And no root rot, so we are golden. He's quite tall. I am going to put him in one of my deeper pots. Half. Hold on. Half. Please understand me when I mean by half. Like, I want to be able to have him halfway out. There we go. It'll be better. But then I need him to stand up on his own. So I'm going to use a thicker rock. I do have some rocks that I stored just in case I need to do that with one of these guys. Specifically the cactuses, because they, as you can tell, this guy loves laying down, and I'm not quite sure where he's being inspired to do so. Oh well. We will certainly get the idea when comes time to, I don't know, repot again. I'm not, he just looks like he has head and then hair and then a hat. You know how those guys like to wear their hats like on top of their head, so like they have two heads? That's what this looks like. All right, that's him going in there. I would like to use my Bulbasaur for something, but I think at this point he's just gonna be my starter pot. Cause what else is he going to be used for? This guy definitely popped out. Again, so gentle. I do still like this green pot, but upside down. So gentle. I know I say so gentle and it looks like this. I promise. I'm just hitting the dirt. All the roots are still attached. I'm not even touching him. He's good. He's fine. He's got a beautiful woody base. No damage. He's not moist. He's not... No root rot. That's my number one concern with my cactuses specifically, is because I do kind of water them a little infrequently than my succulents, because they're cactuses. They tend to go longer without water. But occasionally I'll put them in a pot and there's just like no... I need you in something smaller but bigger than this, because that's what you came in. Okay, hold on, friend. I gotta figure this out. I don't see anything that can be used better for him. So yeah, it's just gonna have to be the green pot. I kind of wish his roots were a little longer. That's kind of why I'm looking for something different, because otherwise he's gonna be sitting on the surface basically, or I'm burying him deep. Either way, don't stab me, please. I love you. Okay, just a little twisty twist. Again, pack around the edge. These guys remind me of sea urchins, which is why I'm so adamant about not covering them up with dirt, because, you know, they can't breathe without, but I don't always need to be so concerned because the roots are on the bottom. There we go. Dude's done. Alright, that is number 5. I know you guys are pointed at a weird angle, but it's either you see what's in front of me or you see me. And I don't know how much you want to see me versus what I'm doing, especially in my garage that I'm still going through, like yard sale stuff. Have I had a yard sale yet? No. Why? Because timing. Timing is everything. Oh, that's right. That's why I had him in this really tall cup. Because of how long he is. Look at that guy. All right, so I'm going to keep him in there, but I'm just giving him new soil. Hopefully one day he'll grow back to his original size. That would be awesome. Please. Like, it's not a question. It's a suggestion. I'm controlling you because plants make me happy. There we go. Look at that. That was nothing. Crossing my fingers, someday he comes back. Woo! Alrighty. If this were a live video, I'd ask everybody what we should pot next, but alas, I am alone with the cats. Okay, I found this guy. He's something. No, he was found in a spider web, so obviously, like I said, I love spiders. Bottom is healed nicely. I don't see any, don't know why I said it like that. Pink aeration roots, so I'm just gonna cut this guy. Very green, beautiful. Okay, no problems here. No problems or concerns. So I'm gonna put him in one of these pots. No, I should put him in a really small pot. Pay attention to his growth because rhizoids. Okay, yes. Alrighty. For the time being, just to get him in the pot. There. Done. He's in. I'm not going to water this guy on my first rotation. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Hopefully, cross my fingers again, I get pink aeration roots. That tells me that it's seeking oxygen. When that happens, then I can actually water it and the lightest bit, because otherwise you'll introduce root rot. Hi, Lucy. What are you doing? What are you doing in my plants? Don't you wag your tail at me. Rude. Rude. Especially after all you put me through. You and your kittens. If that's what you can call them anymore. Alrighty. We'll do this guy. If I am correct, based off of leaf and floret, these are the same. But this one is obviously much taller. And has a single, you can barely make it out. This guy right here, it's an aeration root. So I need to find a pot tall enough and supportive enough for this guy. And I see one, but it's currently being occupied. So what do I have underneath me? Hospital pots, hospital pots. That's what I'm thinking, hospital pots. You're quite tall, that works for me. Thank you much. Another one of these black pots will do just fine. And if I find another succulent, I'll just pop it on top. And that way it'll kind of be that. I'll pay attention to everything. Alrighty. I am allowing him to lean up against the side because A, he's not a cactus, and B, he is eventually going to grow. Alright, now, why am I not putting these two together? That's a really great question, actually. I probably should. Because if I suspect they are the same. The only reason I wouldn't is A, if one is doing worse than the other, I would want to monitor and pay attention. And B, there we go, now they're buddies. And B, if one was much farther along than the other. So if this big one had a bigger root base, then I would keep them separate because of watering schedules, but I would like to keep an eye on that little one. And just putting it with the big one would tell me to pay attention. I also found this guy. Right there in my hair. Right, those are the aeration roots. So I'm gonna put him just on top. Because again, leaf pattern, leaf color, leaf shape makes me think that they are all related. So, yay! Do I know what it is now? That's the mystery of succulents. They're all magical. Yes. Okay. This one I planted with my my sand, which is really good for succulents because it also helps store moisture. I will top everything off with sand when it comes time because it packs that moisture in. But this, at this time, is all sand because when it was dumped, all that was left was that texture and moisture. So very big root base. Holy goodness. Oh my goodness, look at all this. Look at all this. Ah. Okay. I do still like this pot. You've kind of always been in this pot. So we just gonna put you back and rearrange you. Now I'm gonna take my hands and toss this. Yay. I'll just break it up a little more because this is nearing the end of my first pot, which I was hoping to spread across all these, but so funny. One of the cats is getting into something outside. Okay. Ta-da! That's another one. Look at that. We're busting through here. Okay, this is that. I have some decorations, some signs. I thought I had another one of those, but I'm thinking not. All right, we are going to save this guy real quick. He fell out of a pot. I don't know what pot. Obviously, baby pot too thin. So my last green pot is where he's going. Looks very healthy, other than a couple dead leaves here. When he was first gifted to me, the person who bought him for me said, "We bought you a fake succulent." I said, "Wow, how kind." And then I looked at it and said, "No, this is absolutely very real." And then they asked a bunch of questions. And I told them how I knew. Hey, we finally have a purpose for him. So, yeah, that was quickly debunked. No, I thought it was real. Okay, first off, why would you buy the succulent lady a fake succulent? And second off, you don't think I can take care of it? And it's not my fault that the cats got to my stuff, okay? I trusted them. Should have known better. Especially since you're not even mine. I just feed you, which makes you mine. If I move, I'm taking you with me. I feed her, I water her, and I helped give birth to her kittens. That makes me her mother. Because I'm not a vet. Alrighty. I'm just making sure that empty space is packed tightly, because otherwise, when I go to water, succulent could just float right out. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Alright, perfect. You're going right next to that guy. Beautiful. Look at this tray. Ah! I bet you wish you could. Alright. This is our success so far. We are halfway in to our tray here. Now you can just stare down. This guy needs a taller pot. Maybe a thinner pot. I wonder if it's 2 succulents instead of 1. No, definitely very much 1. Though I haven't repotted this one like ever. So, could be 2. Oh my god, it is too. Oh no. Ah, what happened? Oh well, now I have two. 2 times the fun, 2 times the concern. Huh. Huh, buddy. Now I gotta really... I love that you want to be on camera. This is so cute. Okay, that's 1. This one is 2 with a baby. I'm packing in my own pot. It's becoming very difficult. Now I feel like I'm on a cooking show. Alright guys, pull out your butter. Yep. I see some empty space in there behind... Ah! Behind the baby. I screech and she looks at me like, what is your problem? Many things, woman. Many things. Alrighty. All the stuff in this, all the rocks, I should specify, are going where I'm putting my rocks right now. I found a marble that I need to return to someone. Yep, marble. And then sand. All of that sand. I brought the beach back with me. Don't get it confused. This is not sand that I brought back from the beach. This is specifically dirt sand that ag growers use, like agriculture. Okay, well you guys fit beautifully in the middle, not so much on the edge, but you're there. Oh, okay. Then it's the jades, my green aloe. This guy is that guy, right? Okay. Primarily, I need to get to this one tonight. If I film the others at all, I will update it here. Otherwise, don't really need to update much. I need a smaller pot for this. Again, mix it, get all that good stuff thoroughly baked. Not quite sure what is and is not root at this point, so just gonna kind of pack it in around them and monitor. Alrighty, I think for now that'll be the last one for tonight, because everything else is either just completely repotting or rejuvenation. Hardy guy, look how big he is. Keeping the pot. I know most people's attention span is 5 minutes or less, so they'll get into this video and be very bored by the end, going, oh my god, she's still just talking about stupid plants. Yep, that's my whole channel. Okay. Just, don't ask me why I'm throwing them in the soil. Mindless thinking at this time. Alright, I had a baby pop off. I'll pay attention to it. And another baby pop off. Woohoo! Now I can have 2 extra babies. But, yes. And then... no. I thought this was the pot with the, marble, but no, it's this black one. Okay. Shake, shake, shake. Pull out the dead leaf. Throw it in my dead leaf pile. Shake, shake, shake. What do you think, Lucy? Am I a good YouTuber? Do you think I could be just as funny as Cinnamon Toast Kid? Is he gonna sue me? He's a pretty funny guy. I don't see why he would. Okay. There. Done. This one's potted. Put him in there. Take what was left here. Put not the pot with marbles. Put the babies inside. Come on, move the soil. Back it up, shake, shake, shake. Back it up, shake, shake, shake. Done. Babies. Putting it in this guy. Look at that. I didn't do too shabby. Alrighty. I'm going to be paying attention from now on where I put my plants, so that way this family doesn't get to it again. But until then, peace out, suckers. My hand's sweaty. Ugh.